Did you know that a child's brain is still under construction until the age of 25? Every bite of food they eat today could shape whether that brain reaches its full potential or stays halfway built. This isn't about pushing children to be perfect or trying to raise prodigies. It's about something more essential, giving them the biological tools their brain needs to function properly, to focus, to learn, to manage emotions, and ultimately, to be happy. Every day, more children and teenagers struggle with attention problems, mood swings, and anxiety. When we look closely, the same pattern appears again and again. Diets poor in the nutrients their brains desperately need. Many parents don't realize this. They assume that feeding their child is enough, but not every kind of food helps build a healthy brain. Knowing what fuels that developing mind can completely change a child's future. The brain is a remarkable machine that consumes a massive amount of energy. Although it weighs only about 2% of the body, it uses around 20% of all the energy we take in. In children, this number is even higher. Their brains are growing fast, constantly creating and trimming connections, refining circuits, and building highways of information. Every time a child learns a new word, solves a math problem, or manages a difficult emotion, their brain is firing at extraordinary speed. And to do all that, it needs the right kind of fuel. Think of it this way: you wouldn't put low quality gasoline into a high performance car. The brain works the same way. It can't store energy or keep reserves. It depends entirely on a steady flow of nutrients through the blood, minute by minute. That's why both what and when a child eats matter. A breakfast full of refined sugar or processed pastries may give an instant energy spike, but soon after comes a crash, leading to fatigue, irritability, and poor concentration. It's like sending their brain on a roller coaster ride all day long. But the brain doesn't only need energy, it needs specific micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, fatty acids, and amino acids. Without them, neurons cannot communicate properly, neurotransmitters can't be produced, and the myelin that protects nerve fibers won't form correctly. It's like trying to build a house without all the materials. You might get some walls up, but the structure will be weak. Now, let's talk about one of the most essential nutrients for brain development: omega 3 fatty acids, especially DHA. Roughly 60% of the brain is made of fat, and a large portion of that should be DHA. This fatty acid forms the structure of neuronal membranes. Without enough of it, neurons struggle to function. DHA is particularly critical during pregnancy, early childhood, and adolescence, the peak periods of brain growth. Here's the problem: the human body cannot make enough DHA on its own. It must come from food. The best and most effective source is fatty fish: salmon, sardines, mackerel, anchovies, and tuna. Yet many families rarely include these foods. Sometimes it's because children dislike the taste, sometimes because of cost or convenience, but skipping fish means depriving a growing brain of its most vital building block. Research is very clear. Children with adequate omega 3 levels show better memory, focus, and academic performance, and they're less prone to anxiety, depression, and behavioral issues. The reverse is also true. Low omega 3 levels are linked to ADHD, learning difficulties, and mood problems. Ideally, children should eat oily fish at least 3 times a week. If that feels impossible, creativity helps. Salmon burgers, tuna croquettes, pasta with sardine sauce, or omelets with mackerel are all great options that disguise the flavor many kids reject. For those who absolutely refuse fish, high quality omega 3 supplements can help, but only those that are purified, rich in DHA and EPA, and tested for heavy metals. Vegetable sources like walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds are good additions, but they contain ALA, a type of omega 3 that the body converts into DHA very inefficiently. Only about 1 or 2% converts. These can complement but not replace fish based sources. Proteins are the next essential building block of a healthy brain. They are made of amino acids, the raw materials the brain uses to create neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that allow neurons to communicate. Without them, there is no thought, emotion, focus, or memory. Each amino acid plays a different role in maintaining balance within the nervous system. Tryptophan, for example, is the amino acid responsible for producing serotonin, the chemical of calmness, emotional stability, and overall well-being. If a child doesn't get enough tryptophan, their brain struggles to produce serotonin, leading to irritability, sadness, poor sleep, and anxiety. Tyrosine is another key amino acid, serving as the foundation for dopamine, noradrenaline, and adrenaline. Dopamine drives motivation, reward, and focus. Without enough of it, children often feel unmotivated, distracted, or emotionally flat. Many cases of low attention or apathy can be traced back to diets lacking in high-quality proteins. To maintain a steady production of neurotransmitters, the body depends on constant intake of these amino acids. The best sources of these proteins come from animal foods: eggs, fish, meat, and dairy. Among them, eggs are exceptional. They contain all essential amino acids in perfect balance, along with choline, a vital nutrient for learning and memory. A child should ideally eat eggs nearly every day. Fears about cholesterol from eggs are outdated. Dietary cholesterol is not the cause of high blood cholesterol. Red meat, when eaten occasionally, is also critical. It provides hemi-iron, the form the body absorbs most efficiently. Iron transports oxygen in the blood, and the brain needs a constant supply of it to function. Even mild iron deficiency can reduce focus, memory, and energy, mimicking symptoms of ADHD. In fact, some children diagnosed with attention disorders simply have low iron levels. Once corrected, their concentration and mood improve dramatically. The challenge is that iron deficiency often develops silently, without obvious symptoms until it becomes severe. Preventing it through proper diet is far easier than treating it later. Animal sources such as beef, liver, and shellfish contain the most bioavailable iron, while plant sources like lentils, spinach, and chickpeas provide non-heme iron, which is harder for the body to absorb. However, pairing these plant foods with vitamin C, like adding lemon to spinach or eating fruit after lentils, can multiply absorption by 4. On the other hand, certain substances block iron absorption. Compounds in tea, coffee, and unsoaked grains reduce how much iron the body can use, which is why children shouldn't drink tea after meals or rely heavily on unfermented whole grains. Beyond iron, the B vitamin group is another crucial ally in brain health. They work together like invisible factory workers, driving hundreds of reactions that keep neurons firing and energy flowing. Vitamin B12, for example, is essential for forming myelin, the fatty coating that protects nerve fibers and ensures signals travel fast. Without enough of it, brain communication slows down and development can suffer. Because B12 is found only in animal foods, vegetarian and vegan children are at very high risk of deficiency and must take supplements. Vitamin B6 plays its part in creating serotonin, dopamine, and GABA, the trio that stabilizes mood and focus. Without B6, even a diet rich in amino acids can't produce these neurotransmitters efficiently. Then there's folate, or B9, needed for DNA synthesis and brain cell repair. Deficiency in folate is linked with poor cognitive performance and emotional imbalance. Other B vitamins, like thiamine, B1, and riboflavin, B2, keep the brain's energy metabolism running smoothly. Without them, even carbohydrates can't be converted into usable fuel for neurons. The message is clear. These vitamins work best as a team, not in isolation. A diverse diet, rich in meat, fish, eggs, dairy, legumes, seeds, and vegetables, ensures that teamwork happens naturally. Restrictive or repetitive diets, however, risk starving the brain of what it needs most. Zinc is one of the most underestimated nutrients in childhood development, yet it supports more than 300 chemical reactions in the body, including those responsible for learning and memory. Low zinc levels are frequently found in children with attention problems or hyperactivity. While it doesn't cure these issues, maintaining proper zinc levels helps improve focus and calmness. Zinc also strengthens the immune system, meaning children who get sick less often can attend school more regularly and stay mentally alert. The best sources of zinc include red meat, seafood, pumpkin seeds, and cashews. Just like iron, zinc from animal foods is absorbed more efficiently than from plant sources. To increase its absorption, it helps to soak legumes and choose naturally fermented grains like sourdough bread. Magnesium, often called the relaxation mineral, is equally vital. It regulates the nervous system, supports neurotransmitter balance, improves sleep quality, and protects brain cells from overstimulation. Many modern diets lack magnesium because processed foods have stripped it away, and farming has reduced mineral content in soil. Children who don't get enough magnesium may show irritability, restlessness, poor sleep, or frequent headaches. Including almonds, sunflower seeds, dark chocolate, green vegetables, and bananas can quickly help. If a child is highly active, anxious, or has sleep troubles, magnesium supplements such as magnesium citrate or glycinate can be beneficial, while cheap forms like magnesium oxide should be avoided. Together, zinc and magnesium form a powerful duo for mental stability, learning, and recovery. They quietly help the brain maintain balance, just as important as more famous nutrients like omega-3s or B vitamins. With these minerals in place, the brain has the foundation to stay calm and alert. Next, we turn to how carbohydrates and antioxidants complete this nutritional picture, fueling the brain while protecting it from damage. Carbohydrates often cause confusion, yet they are the brain's main energy source. Glucose powers every thought and movement, but the key is balance. Refined sugars and processed foods cause quick spikes in blood sugar, followed by sharp drops that leave children tired, irritable, and unable to focus. These energy crashes turn classrooms into battlefields of fatigue and distraction. What the brain needs instead are complex carbohydrates that release glucose slowly and steadily, providing lasting energy for learning and concentration. Whole grains, legumes, sweet potatoes, fruits, and vegetables supply this stable fuel. Even how a fruit is eaten makes a difference. A whole orange, rich in fiber, delivers gradual energy, while orange juice floods the blood with sugar in seconds. The same rule applies to breakfast. The first meal of the day sets the tone for the brain's rhythm. Cereal loaded with sugar and pastries send glucose soaring and crashing, while eggs with avocado, yogurt with nuts and fruit, or oatmeal with almond butter keep energy balanced for hours. Beyond energy, the brain also battles oxidative stress. It burns enormous amounts of oxygen, which produces free radicals that can damage neurons. Antioxidants are the defense system that keeps this damage under control. Vitamin E from nuts, seeds, and olive oil protects cell membranes. Vitamin C from berries, kiwis, and peppers keeps neurotransmitters stable. Polyphenols in blueberries, dark chocolate, and grapes shield neurons from aging. Selenium from fish and Brazil nuts enhances these effects. A colorful diet is nature's way of ensuring antioxidant diversity. Every shade in fruits and vegetables represents a different protective compound. By filling the plate with color, parents provide a daily shield for the growing brain, fuel for learning, and protection for life. Even mild dehydration can quietly reduce a child's mental performance. Since the brain is roughly 75% water, losing just 1 or 2% of body water can affect concentration, memory, and mood. Many children don't recognize thirst until they're already dehydrated, especially when playing or focusing on activities. Encouraging small, regular sips of water throughout the day keeps the brain alert and stable. Water should always be the main drink, no sodas, sports drinks, or juices disguised as healthy options. Even natural juices are liquid sugar that spike glucose and provide little hydration. To make water more appealing, parents can add slices of lemon, mint, or berries for a natural flavor. Equally important as hydration is knowing what to avoid. Sugar is one of the most harmful substances for a developing brain. It interferes with focus, disrupts mood, and increases anxiety. Excess sugar rewires reward circuits, making children crave more of it to feel satisfied. Processed foods are another hidden danger, engineered to be addictive with additives, flavor enhancers, and unhealthy fats. These foods replace real nutrition with empty calories and can lead to inflammation that affects brain function. Artificial colorants and sweeteners are also problematic. Some dyes have been linked to hyperactivity, while sweeteners like aspartame or sucralose can disrupt gut bacteria and appetite regulation. Trans fats, often found in margarine, cookies, and prepackaged snacks, damage cell membranes and worsen inflammation. Even fruit juices, though natural, deliver concentrated fructose that acts just like soda inside the body. Replacing these items with real, minimally processed foods is the simplest way to protect a child's mind. What's removed from their diet matters just as much as what's added. In the next section, we'll explore the powerful link between the gut and the brain, and how good digestion supports mental clarity, emotion, and focus. The connection between the gut and the brain is one of the most fascinating discoveries in modern science. The two are in constant communication through the vagus nerve, hormones, and immune signals. The gut microbiota, trillions of bacteria living in the intestines, plays a vital role in this dialogue. These microorganisms help produce vitamins, neurotransmitters, and short chain fatty acids that directly influence mood, learning, and behavior. In fact, most of the body's serotonin is made in the gut, not the brain. When this microbiota becomes imbalanced or dysbiotic, problems such as anxiety, irritability, and poor attention can appear. A healthy microbiota thrives on fiber and variety. Children should eat plenty of vegetables, fruits, legumes, whole grains, nuts, and seeds, aiming for 5 or more servings of plants a day. Prebiotic foods like garlic, onions, leeks, oats, and bananas feed good bacteria, while probiotics found in yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, or kimchi help repopulate them. Diversity is the key. A colorful, varied diet nurtures a rich microbial ecosystem. Even small changes like adding new vegetables weekly can make a difference. Beyond what children eat, how they eat also matters. Family meals create emotional connection and healthier habits. Sitting together, talking, and eating without screens teaches mindfulness and gratitude around food. Involving children in shopping and cooking makes them curious and open to new flavors. These moments build a positive relationship with nutrition that lasts a lifetime. Perfect eating doesn't exist, and occasional treats won't harm a balanced routine. The goal is consistency, real food most of the time, eaten in a calm environment, with love and awareness. When parents model these habits, children mirror them naturally. By nurturing the brain through mindful nutrition, hydration, rest, and connection, we give the next generation the foundation for strength, focus, and genuine happiness.